Actually, what happened was, like I said, Brunel. What happened was, well, I was maybe a little bit overcautious about things. Like I said, one of my steam boilers blew up, and actually two of them blew up. One of them blew up at one of my Auschwitz sites. Three total in 1 year blew up, basically. Three of my steam boilers or something like that. I think they were thin wall steam boilers or something. I'm not exactly sure. But like I said, around the rivets, steam boilers are much like an aircraft. That's why my people were experts at building pressure containers. Um, like I said, that's why later on when we did flight and everything else, we were really good at it because what would happen, like I say, that's why Bry now I am Lucifer Star, but as Bry now, I was still managing. I was on vacation technically, so I guess you could say my vacation is Brian basically. But pretty much my steam boiler started blowing up, and so I put out warnings and everything else. And this other thing is about the White Star Lines is my people were we were very fast acting with everything and getting the word around that the boilers have exploded or the older boilers. I forget exactly what we did, but I think because we had the surface records with the boiler, so we knew how many times we started marking how many times they were heated up and how many times whatever. Anyway, though, you know them now as microfractures and everything else like that. And I think I forget exactly how I did it, but I think we assembled a team of people to start looking at the boilers and start taking them apart or something like that, or to see, to check them. And like I said, we found over 50 boilers that were ready to explode or something like that. It ended up being a huge media what's called where I actually saved a lot of lives or something like that. Because like I said, three or four boilers had exploded on my ships. Um, they're White Star Line ships, basically. My LS, my shipyard ships. And so as soon as one exploded, I was like, what? And like I said, one exploded at the Auschwitz sites too. There's a steam boiler that exploded. It got too high in pressure and exploded. So, but I think they said that one was ammonium or something like that. Or there's something different about that one or something. I forget exactly, but it killed like 50 or 100 people or something like that. Anyway, so we started doing things a little bit differently and stuff like that, and we started being more careful. And we started checking them and replacing them, like having. I think what we did is we couldn't see anything wrong with them. So what I think we did is like every 10 years or every 5 years, they would be replaced or something like that. I forget exactly. And we started marking when they would explode and all that other stuff. Like we started doing tests to see if they would explode or not, and we started making them thicker and out of even better metal or something like that. Like I said, there's a reason why people trusted my boilers the best. Just like people trusted my aircraft the best, because my people, we knew about microfracturing and stuff like that. German scientists, English. I mean, the Irish people. Like I said, the Irish people were fast learners as well. So, all my different manufacturing plants and all my different people. So, communication, what's called, and research, and connect, being together as a group, and everything else like that. I believe we saved because we found over 50 boilers that had stress fractures on them, or stress, microfractures and stuff like that when we were taking them apart and checking them. The thing is, you have to heat it up or something like that. What you do is if you take it apart and you heat it up in an oven or something like that, and you hit it or something, you'll see the stress. Anyway, there's a process to it that they used to have. Nowadays, you use that little and you scan it with electron with that little thingy, magnetic or whatever. There's ways of finding stress fractures in them. So different ways. So anyway, yeah, Bray now. So Brunel. And I built a city, and it was going to be a city, and they charged admission to the city or something like that. And there's stuff at the city. It was one of those nice like civilization cities where you'd be charged to go there or something like that, or charged to enter the city. And the entrance fee or whatever paid for something. It was like a vacation city basically, and it was a huge success. And I made lots of money. And I was rich again. So I was one of those people where people thought I could do no wrong. And anyway, and like I said, I think the Irish, I would take a knee for them. So most most people, I would be like, get the fuck out of my way, and stuff like that. But there are a few people that I would bow to myself, you know. And as the years went on, my people, more and more great people and all that other stuff. So anyway, whatever, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, anyway, by now, and all my steamships. Like I said, I love the steam. It was my passion. It was my life. And I proved that I was the one who thought about the bigger ships might get better, what it might do better in the ocean because of waves and stuff like that or something. Anyway, whatever. I had a lot of theories, and so did my people. I said my Irishmen and my Irish women, and let's not forget the Irish women, and even my English and my Germans and everybody I mean, we used to be a big group. We used to work together, cigarettes, and then of course the drugs, and I don't know, maybe the drugs were a mistake or whatever else like that. And anyway, and then you get into the 1960s and the blah blah blah, blah and I don't know, I don't know. But like I said, I wish I could just die. You know, I could die and just, I miss my people. I miss my people every day. I miss my Belfast shipyard. Even my slate quarry. I wanted to go see it. Maybe before I die, I'll be able to go see it. 250 years, they operated the slate quarry, or 500 or 300 years. It's a long time. All the way since year 1200, my slate quarry was in operation. All the way from year 1200, 1100. There were people there in year 900 getting slate to build stone buildings and stuff like that. I can go back a long, long, long ways. You don't even have to tell me. Like I told them, I was like, I think since year 1200 or year 900, I had a slate quarry and everything. It was the LS and LC slate or something like that. Slater. But yeah, I was bending with them and stuff like that. We had the steam railroads and whatever. It's in the past now. Mining and stuff like that. There's something about slate, I forget what it is. Something different about it. Maybe it has to do with radiation or something like that. There's something about it, I don't know. It's all in the past now. But we had lots of slate quarries and stuff like that. And anyway, it's all in the past. And everybody's like, Brian, you're crazy. It's like, no, I'm not. I'm Lucifer. Lucifer. Little Lucifer. Lucifer Star. I'm the one that they wanted to kill as a child. The whole thing of trying to kill a child, trying to kill a blonde-haired child. I was the one they were trying to kill. Me. Lucifer Star. The epic creator. All that stuff about wanting to kill a baby or wanting to kill a child, that was about me. They wanted to kill me as a child or a baby. They didn't want me to be born. Because I'm Lucifer Star. The creator. So, they didn't want me to be born. So anyway. Yeah. Star of Bethlehem, all that stuff. My cities. My people. My people! I never got to meet a true Irishman or Irishman. They build my ships now the Indians or India builds ships. I said everyone would. It's cute watching the little children watch my ships oh, you should have been there back in the day. The little children would be it's all open mouth and all like big massive. And going into Venice and everything else like that. It's and the Chinese even were like, Oh, it's so big. I love, I love the Chinese. We're like, oh, it's so big. I know. You know, I love the children. I loved them. I loved all the people. I would see my epic ships, my epic things, and it's like, and my Irishmen were like, that's right. Yeah. You know what time it is. It's time for Ireland. Ireland. Anyway, originally, Germany had been the most productive and the most whatever, the most advanced, whatever. Germany had their own little industrial revolution, and then later on, um, Ireland became the land of soot and coal and everything else like that, and they built their way up. Like Ireland probably built like a third of the planet. The Irish would probably tell you we built the whole planet. Yeah, about a third maybe. I mean, they were. The Irish were one of those rare few breeds of men, rare few people. They did a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff, a lot of ships, a lot of protecting of the world. Um, they were a really good group. You know, so anyway, and then there's also the Middle Easterns and everyone on this planet. So anyway, yeah, I mean, you little children, you don't know the way it used to be. You don't know about the truth, and about the epic history of the Earth, and about the White Star Line and Lucifer Star and Brian, and about all the different things that happened over the years, and trials and tribulations and everything else like that, and the epic cities and the epic Panama Canal, and how we all came together in unity to build and to breed. Want to breed? There's lots of love and lots of sex and lots of drugs and the gypsies. Anyway, there were lots of good times. There were. There's a war every couple of years. There's only a couple of wars, like I don't know, just some psychopath or something, or it did happen, but you know, my projects always kept right on schedule because of good Irishmen and good people all over the world. So anyway, yeah. So anyway, yeah, and I invented the death con system and everything else like that because, like, it's hard if you're not going to shoot first. It's hard to, and they were trying to make me paranoid or trying to make me whatever. And I was like, I'm just going to be cautious and safe. You know, like I said, I didn't even really want to put the nuclear bombs. The Irish found out that I didn't even want to have nuclear bombs. Like they were supposed to be ships, spaceships, or space launch, whatever. They weren't even supposed to have warheads on there. And that's what the Irish found out, or one of the groups found out that they went back and looked at the old rocket plans, and they found out these things don't have warheads. They're capsules. It's like, yeah, they're just for people.